All right, OnePlus 13 time. We've got leaks, rumors, and that brand new trailer.
They really know how to get people talking.
Big time. But we're all about separating the hype from the real deal here, right?
Mhm.
So expert speaker, ready to break down this OnePlus 13.
Totally. This trailer, it's all about those calculated reveals, Let's unpack what we can actually tell from this for real users, not just like tech specs.
Now that's what I like to hear. And it's no secret. OnePlus, they've built their name on flagship features without the flagship price tag. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their whole thing. Killer value.
So where does that put the 13?
Yeah.
Everyone's gunning for that top spot.
It's all about context. Can they deliver that crazy value again? That's the question.
The stakes are high. Oh, okay, let's talk design. We get those quick glimpses in the trailer, right? Those sleek lines, modern look, that edge-to-edge display that everyone wants these days. What are we thinking spec-wise?
Leaks suggest a 6.7-inch AMOLED, which, okay, it's pretty standard for flagships these days. But OnePlus AMOLED, it's different. We're talking colors that pop, deep blacks, like ridiculously deep. It's a visual treat.
Okay, so serious eye candy. But you said standard. What makes this one special?
The 120 hertz refresh rate. Imagine scrolling through like Instagram, but it's like smooth as butter, no lag, nothing. That's what you're getting. Just navigating your phone feels snappy, responsive.
Okay, so a real difference, not just some number, right?
Exactly.
Now, the speed demons out there, the trailer, tease that latest Snapdragon processor. Lay it on us. What are we working with here?
Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, almost guaranteed. Top of the line, the best you can get. It's like the engine of this thing. You know how sometimes your phone stutters when you're trying to edit a video or like switch between apps?
Oh, tell me about it. The worst.
Gone. This chip, it's about making the phone smarter too, not just faster. Better voice control, photos that basically edit themselves, that kind of thing.
Effortless power. I like it. Okay, but let's be real. Cameras are everything these days. They made a big deal about the lenses in the trailer, especially low-light performance. What's the setup looking like?
Rumors point to a triple camera system, 50 MP main sensor, which honestly, that's pretty standard now. But it's not about megapixels anymore. It's about the whole package.
Interesting. So what else are we getting with the 13?
The ultra-wide and telephoto lenses, they're a big deal here. Picture this. You can capture like a huge landscape, that wide perspective, and then zoom right in on a tiny detail without losing quality, all with one device.
Versatile. I like it. And they kept mentioning AI enhancements. Break it down for us. What does AI actually do for our everyday photos?
Okay, so imagine you have a photography assistant in your pocket, but like invisible. AI can adjust for different scenes, low light, bright sunlight, whatever. It just gets it. Less blur, better colors, basically. It makes your photos look amazing without you even trying.
Smart features for the win. Okay, another thing OnePlus is famous for, that crazy fast charging. They tease some battery upgrades in the trailer. What can we expect?
Speed is in their DNA, even when it comes to charging. We're probably talking a 5,000 mAh battery, maybe a bit bigger, which honestly should get you through a full day without breaking a sweat.
Music to my ears. No more range anxiety.
Right. But the real kicker is their warp charge tech. Think about this. You're at 10%, plug it in for like 5 minutes, and boom, you're good to go for hours.
Okay, now that is impressive. No more being tethered to a wall socket. Game changer. And speaking of game changers, we saw a sneak peek of OxygenOS. New version, what's the deal? What's new and improved?
So OxygenOS has always been about that clean, fast experience, lots of customization, and they're pushing it even further. Think smoother performance, new tools for multitasking, deeper integration with their ecosystem. They want your phone to work for you, not the other way around.
More personalized, more intuitive. Love it. Okay, it's 2024, 5G is everywhere, and yeah, the trailer confirmed 5G support. But they also mentioned improved Wi-Fi capabilities. Is that a big deal? Isn't 5G supposed to be like the ultimate solution?
5G is great for like downloading stuff crazy fast, but better Wi-Fi, it's about those everyday things. Smoother streaming, no lag when you're gaming, clear video calls, all without using your mobile data.
So a more seamless experience overall. Makes sense. Now the trailer was, shall we say, a bit vague on pricing, but OnePlus has a reputation for value. How do you think the 13 will stack up against the competition, both in terms of features and how much it's going to cost?
That's the million-dollar question. Historically, OnePlus has always managed to undercut those big names, Samsung, Apple, while still offering comparable specs, sometimes even better.
Especially now with the way prices are going up, people want value for their money, right?
It's time. But it's not just about being the cheapest. It's about that overall package. They have to deliver on performance, camera, software, and they can't skimp on the design or build quality.
They've got a lot to prove. But honestly, I think they're up for the challenge. I have a feeling they're just getting started. Let's talk about those little details that make a difference. The trailer mentioned improvements to haptic feedback and audio. For those who don't know, why are these details so important?
They might seem minor, but they really elevate the experience. Haptic feedback, it's about how your phone responds to you, those little vibrations when you type, swipe through menus. It makes it feel more tactile, more real.
Kind of like the difference between a good keyboard and a fantastic one.
Exactly. And audio, they're talking about better speakers, maybe even some cool new audio features. This is huge for making everything more immersive, like
Yeah.
watching a movie on your phone with amazing sound, no headphones needed.
Attention to detail. And speaking of details, let's touch on sustainability. The trailer showed off those eco-friendly materials, the efficient manufacturing. Where does the OnePlus 13 fit into this whole sustainable tech movement?
Sustainability is a big deal, and it's great to see them taking it seriously. They mention using recycled materials, reducing waste with their packaging, even making the whole manufacturing process more energy efficient.
But good for you. Good for the planet.
Exactly. It's about that bigger picture. It's too early to say if they're leading the charge or not, but they're definitely moving in the right direction.
Okay, so points for environmental consciousness. Expert speaker, before we move on, any final thoughts for our listeners on what we've learned about the OnePlus 13?
It's looking like it could be a real contender. High-end specs, a focus on the user experience, and now this commitment to sustainability. We'll have to wait for the official launch to know for sure, but I'm excited.
Excited is an understatement. And for our listeners, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with part 2 of our OnePlus 13 deep dive, where we'll unpack even more details and answer your burning questions.
It's kind of wild how OnePlus is playing this whole hype game with the 13.
Right.
The trailer gives us just enough, but those juicy details, they're holding back.
Masterful. And it's working. People are going crazy, especially about the camera. Some are even saying, like, the OnePlus 13, it could be a whole camera revolution. Do you think they can really, go head-to-head with the big dogs in the camera department?
It's a tough market, that's for sure. But OnePlus, they've been quietly stepping up their camera game for a while now. Remember that whole Hasselblad thing?
Oh, right. The legendary camera company. So it's more than just a fancy name on the back of the phone.
Way more. It's a real partnership. Hasselblad, they're all about those true-to-life colors, that dynamic range, just like next-level image quality. And you can see it in their recent phones, right? Those natural colors, the low-light performance. It's exciting to think about what they'll do with the 13.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a sec. Software. We talk about OxygenOS a bit, but what are you personally hoping to see? New features, improvements, that sort of thing.
Well, you know me. I'm all about that smooth, personalized experience. I want to see OnePlus go all in on customization, give users more control over everything, the home screens, notifications, even system-level tweaks, let people really make the phone their own.
So cater to those power users, the ones who want to tinker.
Exactly. OnePlus has always had that tech-savvy audience. Give them the tools, and they'll make magic happen.
That sense of ownership, right? Like the phone becomes an extension of you.
Totally. And speaking of things that matter, battery life.
Yeah.
Super fast charging is amazing, but that phone that can just go all day, no top-ups needed, that's the dream. What are we thinking for the OnePlus 13?
Spill the beans.
Yeah.
What kind of battery life are we talking?
It's always tough to say for sure. Screen brightness, the apps you're using, even your signal, it all factors in. But based on the rumors, bigger battery, more efficient processor. I'm hopeful. It seems like they're taking it seriously this time.
Fingers crossed. Because that phone dying in the middle of the day, not a good look. Speaking of things that aren't a good look, bloatware. Those pre-installed apps that nobody asked for and you can never get rid of. OnePlus, they have a pretty good track record, right? They keep it pretty clean.
They do. That's one of the best things about OnePlus. They stick close to that pure Android experience, which people love. They get it. People want a blank canvas.
Absolutely. Nobody needs 5 different calendar apps.
Exactly. It would be so off-brand for them to suddenly load up the 13 with bloatware.
That's good to hear. Okay, to wrap up this part of our deep dive, any final thoughts on what we've covered? Gut feelings about the OnePlus 13?
I really think this phone could shake things up, especially if they deliver on those key things. The performance, the camera, that clean software experience.
It's a tall order, that's for sure. But if anyone can do it, it's OnePlus. They've surprised us before. I think this is just the beginning, honestly. But that's all we have for now. Don't worry, listeners. We'll be right back with the final part of our OnePlus 13 deep dive. We'll be diving into the competition and making some predictions. All right, expert speaker, back for the final round of our OnePlus 13 deep dive. We've hit the specs, the features.
Totally. But it's not just about being the cheapest, it's the whole package. Performance has got to be there, camera quality, that smooth software. And they can't forget about how it looks and feels in your hand either.
No compromises. Honestly, though, I'm optimistic.
Hmm.
OnePlus, they have a way of, like, over-delivering. I think they're just getting warmed up.
I'm with you on that. They've got that underdog energy, but they're not afraid to try new stuff. They're always pushing the boundaries.
Exactly. Remember that pop-up camera? Who else was doing that?
Exactly. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the 13 has a few tricks up its sleeve. Something nobody sees coming.
Okay, now I'm even more excited. They always keep us guessing, and just when you think you know what to expect, bam, they switch it up.
That's what keeps things interesting.
Couldn't agree more. All right, folks, that is a wrap on our OnePlus 13 deep dive. We dug into the rumors, we broke down that trailer, we sized up the competition. What a ride.
It's going to be exciting to see how it all plays out.
No doubt. A huge thank you to our amazing listeners for joining us on this journey. Keep those questions coming, and we will see you back here soon for another deep dive. Until then, stay curious.